Hello and welcome to the Chucast. This is Hartou. Welcome to our CPL week number 5 team post-com versus Ben and the Baltimore Oriolus. We battle for Baltimore. So yeah, I'm doing a post-com because this battle was an hour long, basically. And fuck editing that and uploading that. So here we are with a post-com. Even though my post-com game is garbage. So, let's quickly go over the sets I brought. I brought a Wish Protect, Return, Sucker Punch, Mega Kangaskhan with enough speed to outspeed Hydreigon. Wish Protect, Toxic Moonblast, Clefable. With, I believe it's mostly Def, for Blazeflon. Fizz-Defamungus with Rocky Helmet, with Synthesis, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb in Foul Play. Mostly my switch into Mega Lopunny. Rain Dance, Rest, Surf, and Tailglow Manaphy, with enough speed to outspeed Mega Lopunny under Webs. And enough special attack so we, I believe, 2-hit KO Jirachi with a +3 rain boosted Surf, guaranteed. DD, Head Smash, Earthquake, Protect, Tyrantrum with Berry, so that we can set up and Swallow pretty easily, and we're not revenge killed by Lob's Fake Out. And then sort of standard Galvantula, Sash, Sticky Webs, Thunder, Bug Buzz, and Protect, so that fuck Lopunny's turn 1 Fake Out. So let's hop right in. So I was going to lead with Manaphy, as I thought he was going to lead Nidoqueen, predicting, or just to, set up his hazards. But we hop into this game. Let's set it down a bit. Fuck. I lead with Manaphy. He leads Coco. And so this is immediately a bad situation for me. So I go into Amoonguss, as it's one of my dedicated counters to Coco. I take negligible damage from Thunderbolt, so I immediately figure out that it is not Specs. I click Foul Play here. Possibly, I wanted to catch Blazeflon on the switch, so instead he switches out into Jirachi. I do enough damage to where I believe it is defensive Jirachi. Here's a misplay I made. I went into Galvantula here. I could have easily stayed in Mungus, lived as Zen Headbutt, I believe, and gone from there. Instead, I switched into Galvantula, rendering my Focus Sash useless. So, he goes out on a little Raichu here on the U-turn, and I decide to click Protect, just to waste a turn, honestly. See what he was going to, do, maybe what he was going to lock himself into. He goes for Psychic, and I'm like, okay, let me go into Clef. Clef is my dedicated counter to a little Raichu. That does 30%. I know he's not Life Orb at this point because of the damage. And he Volt switches out into Nidoqueen. I am going to, I believe, I'm going to go into Manaphy, pass a Wish, as what my whole series of plays there is I go into Manaphy on the Sludge Wave. I take like 30 to 40% at least. I get the Wish up and I can pressure his team with Surf. But he doubles out. He makes a nice double into Coco. And I'm back to this entire position once again, where I switch into Amoonguss on Coco. I'm going to Foul Play once again. He's going to switch into Nidoqueen. And I'm like, okay, let me go into Manaphy. I take some damage, so I figure out he's Sheer Force, Life Orb. I click Surf here. He goes into Coco. I do a nice chunk of damage. Windmilling Coco is very nice for my team. I'm going to go into Amoonguss. He's going to predict that very nicely and go into Raichu. I'm going to go into Clef. I live 2 Psychics. So I'm going to, get my HP back up a bit. With Protect, he's going to Volt Switch as I click Wish, I believe. And I'm going to give this Wish to myself as he sets up rocks. So yeah. It's still 6-6. It's very sad. He's going to go into Coco, as I'm just going to go back into Manaphy. This is really my only answer to Nidoqueen. I'm going to go into Amoonguss as he clicks Roost. So, Roost Coco. Very annoying for my team. I'm going to click Foul Play, do a shit ton of damage to the little Raichu, which is very important for later game. I'm going to predict him. Well, okay. So, at this point, yeah, he goes into Alolan Raichu. I click Foul Play. At this point, I live a second from Alolan Raichu, guaranteed. So, I'm going to stay in here and try to kill this thing off. But he goes into Nidoqueen here as I click Foul Play again. That Nidoqueen is now in range of Mega Kangaskhan. I'm going to go into Manaphy as I live in Earth Power from this. He goes for Fire Blast, and I'm like, whoa! Calm down, friend. I go for Surf here, pressuring him some more, hopefully. I'm going to go back into Amoonguss, and you can see a common scenario with all of this, where I'm just going to keep going into Amoonguss on Coco. He goes into Nidoqueen. Okay, here's also another misplay, right? Well, kind of. I go into Mega Kangaskhan. I'm like, okay, Nidoqueen is in range. Everything should start becoming in range of Mega Kangaskhan pretty easily. One thing I did not take into consideration is a Rocky Helmet Pokemon. So I go into Mega Kangaskhan. I take a shit ton of damage from Earth Power. I'm going to click Return because it kills Nidoqueen guaranteed. He goes into Hydreigon, and he's Rocky Helmet. So that's what he reveals to be, which really sucks because I only have 2 really offensive mons left. So here, I believe I set up webs, because I was like, fuck it, I need webs right now. So do I actually click? I click web. I click webs. Lamau. Easy clap. I'm being added somewhere. Hold up. So yeah, I get up webs versus Coco, and thing. Just fucking watch it. I go into him. He goes into Coco as I click webs. He clicks T-Ball on my Amoonguss switching. Standard shit. He goes into Hydreigon on my Giga Drain, and he clicks Defog. He gets rid of the rocks for me though, so that's nice. So yeah, this Hydreigon's going to be very annoying for me to deal with. I'm going to go into Clefable, pressure this thing out. And I'm going to, I believe I just clicked Moonblast. Yeah, I just clicked Moonblast. That does a shit ton of damage to Coco, which is really, really nice. He's going to Roost as I click Toxic. And Toxic is really important on Coco, because I need to whittle this thing down for later game. I'm going to Wish here, so I can pass a Wish off to something, which is Manaphy, as I guaranteed live any hit from Nidoqueen, unless it was T-Ball, which he hadn't revealed yet. Which I think he had Earth Power, Stealth Rocks, and Fire Blast revealed at this point. So, I pass this Wish off to Manaphy. I get Toxic, although I'm going to click Rain Dance here to get rid of it immediately, as I don't want to deal with that shit. So Manaphy's at full, I'm in Rain, and he's going to double into Blazion on my Amoonguss switching, which was very interesting, as you see, Fire Blast on the Rain is doing negligible damage to Amoonguss. He's Colbur Berry, though, so, interesting. So yeah, I'm going to switch into Manaphy as I don't want Amoonguss to take another Fire Blast. I will kill Blazion, and it is now not a 6-0. I do not lose 6-0. That's good. There we go. So yeah, we're halfway through, I think. He goes into a little Raichu. I'm gonna go into Clef, as it's my counter. He hits me, which kind of sucks, as my HP is lower. So yeah, unfortunate. I'm going to Wish up here, as he goes into Nidoqueen. I'm going to go into Galvantula on his Rock switching, or Rocks play, because I knew he was going to click it. I'm going to click Webs here as he clicks Earth Power. So the risk versus reward on that play is let's go back to here. No, back here. The risk versus reward in this play. I wanted to go into Galvantula on his Rocks play because I knew he was going to click it. But if he killed my Galvantula anyway, that was fine because I was most likely going to be playing without webs the entire game. And, it, obviously worked out for me. I got webs up, and I got damage. Or no, I clicked for protect here just for the lulz. Just to stall out his earth powers, fuck you. So I'm just gonna get more damage on this thing, which is nice. So honestly, both scenarios were kind of good for me. I'm gonna go into Manaphy here, try to offensively pressure his team. He goes on Dragon though. I know he's going to click Defog, but I don't want to risk losing Manaphy here, so I'm gonna go into Clef. This is my safest play, and I'm gonna click Wish. I believe I click Wish here, and I believe I click Protect. No, I passed this Wish into Manaphy. A lot of these turns are very similar. So I passed this Wish into Manaphy, as Manaphy needs to be healthy for this game. And he's gonna double into Hydreigon on my Temperance, and we're just gonna sit here for a little while. He goes in. Wait, no, that wasn't the thing. He goes into Jirachi on my Sludge Bomb. He's going to U-turn and take Rocky Helmet Chip, which is really nice for me. He's going to go into Nidoqueen, letting me chip it down even more, because I need this thing gone. He's going to set up rocks, and I'm going to click Surf here again, as that's what I'm always really going to click. Coco's now at 21%, which is really nice. He's going to go into Hydreigon, double into it on my Amoonguss, and here's where we sit for a couple turns. I'm going to click Foul Play, hoping to catch Jirachi on a switch. He's Rocky Helmet, so I'm like, let me not do that anymore. So he's just going to click Earth Power a couple times. I don't remember when was the turn I realized that this was a bad situation for me. I do poison him with Sludge Bomb though, so that's what I was hoping for. Really nice for me. So yeah, we're just gonna sit here for a little while because I was like, I can 1v1 this Hydreigon with Amoonguss. Yeah, let's do that. And then eventually I realized I don't have enough sense for the rest of the game if I want to do this. So I Sludge Bomb here. I get a crit, although it's not really going to matter as it's just going to boost this turn anyway. I'm going to go into Clef here. Like, okay, let me just go into Clef and pressure this thing out. He's going to go into Rachi as I click Wish. I'm going to wish this onto myself this time, as he's going to click Healing Wish, right? So my mind is just like, okay, he's going to Healing Wish Nidoqueen, and I lose right now. Because I have no switch into Nidoqueen, really. Manaphy's at like 93%, but I can't repeatedly switch into that. So he makes an interesting play, and he Healing Wishes Coco. I understand it, but fucking okay. So Nidoqueen would have been a lot better to Healing Wish, but I'm going to Moonblast here as I didn't really give a shit. I just wanted him to give me a Mon at this point, because anything I clicked, if he switched into anything, it died to Moonblast, so I didn't really, it was a no drawback play, really. I want to switch into Amoonguss, you know, be an Amoonguss, have some patience. That's just my Coco switching. He's going to double into Nidoqueen as I go into Clef. So good play on his part. He's making a lot of good predictions, which is putting me kind of on the back foot. He clicks Toxic here. So that's his last move, so he doesn't have T-Bolt confirmed. I'm going to click Surf here, as I want to pressure his team even more. He's down to 3%. It would have been fucking amazing if I killed him with Surf. He's going to click Roost here, though, so we're back to square one with this Pokemon. I'm going to click Sludge Bomb here. Could get him down to 1% with Poison, which sucks ass. I wanted this thing dead. Fuck this Pokemon. I'm going to go into Clef, though, as he feels toxic, which is really annoying. But Hydreigon's dead, so that's really nice. So now it's 4-3. He brings in Coco, and I'm like, okay. I'm gonna go into Amoonguss like always. He goes into fucking Nidoqueen, which really sucks for me. I'm going to go back into Manaphy, you know, just doing Manaphy things. So yeah. He has to sack him on here, and he chooses to sack Nidoqueen, so that's good for me. So now he's down to Coco Raichu. and he goes into Raichu here. And I sack off my Manaphy here because I wanted to clean switch in to Clef, which honestly was a mistake because Stoke Spark Surfer. So Clef is also dead. So I have to win. So at this point, the way is I win, possibly. Amoonguss needs to kill both, because I can't rely on Tyrantrum setting up DD, because if so, I just lose if he has Focus Blast. So I'm going to go into Amoonguss as I live a Psychic, as we know from earlier. So he's going to click Volt Switch here, which was interesting. Although at this point I kind of won the game, so he's gonna let me kill Coco. So that's good. And we kind of have this game in the bag, though. So, he's going to go into Raichu. Now, here's something I should have done. I should have possibly stayed in. Although I didn't know if he was modest or timid. So, the safest play of mine was to sack Tyrantrum. And go back into Amoonguss, be at 88%. And live the Psychic, which figures out he's timid. And we win. 1-0 through stall. Fantastic. So, yeah. GG, Ben, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to everyone for what I've done. I feel dirty. So, next week we fight Paulo and the coach of the Toronto Star Raptors. Comment, rate, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more, you know where to look. Bye-bye.